The Sanctuary of Bom Jesus de Monte, or Good Jesus of the Mount in English, is located in the north of Portugal, just outside the city of Braga. It stands as a significant example of a European sacred mountain, or Sacro Monte. The sanctuary has evolved over a period of more than 600 years, primarily in the Baroque style, embodying the Counter-Reformation ideals promoted by the Catholic Church at the Council of Trent in the 16th century in reaction to the Protestant Reformation. The origins of Bom Jesus de Monte can be traced back to the 14th century. During this period, the tradition of making pilgrimages, especially to elevated sites, gained popularity amongst devotees. These pilgrimages were acts of faith, often performed under physically demanding conditions. Pilgrims were encouraged to ascend the hill on their knees, reflecting the suffering of Christ on his way to the crucifixion. The earliest recorded structure on the hill was a chapel dedicated to the Holy Cross, built in 1373. This initial chapel was of modest construction that would be rebuilt in the 15th and 16th centuries as the site gained religious significance. In 1629, a pivotal transformation began with the construction of a pilgrimage church dedicated to Good Jesus. This church was complemented by 6 chapels that depicted the Passion of the Christ, marking the start of the site's development into a significant religious complex. The major Baroque transformation of Bom Jesus de Monte started in 1722, under the patronage of Archbishop Rodrigo de Moura Teles. His contributions included the construction of the first stairway segment, adorned with chapels depicting the Stations of the Cross. Each chapel contained terracotta sculptures illustrating the Passion of the Christ. Rodrigo de Moura Teles also began the construction of the second stairway segment in a zigzag, known as the Stairway of the Five Senses. Each sense is represented by a different fountain, enhancing the spiritual journey with symbolic elements. At the end of the stairway, a Baroque church was completed in around 1725 by architect Manuel Pinto Villalobos. In the 1760s, additional chapels were built in the area behind the church. These octagonal chapels depict post-crucifixion episodes known as the Evangelist's Courtyard. The surrounding Baroque fountains adorned with the statues of the 4 evangelists, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, adding to the site's artistic and spiritual richness. Archbishop Gaspar de Braganza commissioned the completion of the sanctuary's ensemble by adding to the third stairway segment, the Stairway of the Three Virtues, dedicated to the theological virtues of faith, hope, and charity in about 1781. For each of these virtues, a fountain was built to symbolize them. During the period between 1784 and 1834, the old church was demolished, and in its place rebuilt in a neoclassical style designed by Carlos Amarante. This was one of the first neoclassical churches of Portugal, and it is the magnificent structure that can be seen today. The main altarpiece was dedicated to the crucifixion, and the church was consecrated in 1834. The interior decoration of the new church was completed in the early 19th century, aligning with the aesthetic preferences of the period. In 1882, the Bom Jesus funicular was built to facilitate access to the sanctuary. This water-balanced funicular was the first of its kind in the Iberian Peninsula, provided an alternative to climbing the staircases of more than 500 steps. The funicular remains operational to this day with a track length of 274 meters. It takes around 3 minutes to reach to the top. During the 19th century, the area around the church and stairways was expropriated and transformed into a park. The summit of the hill now features numerous caves, fountains, chapels, grottos, lakes, and lookout points, and several hotels. Walking and hiking trails extend into the surrounding hills, enhancing the site's appeal as a recreational as well as a spiritual destination. On July 5, 2015, Pope Francis elevated the church to the status of minor basilica, recognizing its historical and religious significance. The Sanctuary of Bom Jesus de Monte was inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site on July 7, 2019. This designation acknowledges the sanctuary's outstanding universal value as a cultural landscape that embodies the traditions of European sacred mounts. In recent years, extensive conservation projects have been undertaken to preserve the sanctuary's heritage. These include the restoration of the church's facades and roofing, the chapels of the Stations of the Cross, their sculptures and murals, and various stretches of the stairways. The surrounding park and woodlands have also been maintained, ensuring the sanctuary remains a place of beauty and spiritual reflection. The Sanctuary of Bom Jesus de Monte stands as a testament to the enduring faith and artistic creativity of the people of Braga and Portugal. Over more than 6 centuries, this site has evolved from simple chapel to a complex architectural and landscape ensemble, reflecting the religious and cultural history of the region. This masterpiece of architecture, with its Baroque and Neoclassical elements, definitely justifies its UNESCO World Heritage status, and is more than worthy of your time to spend the day to admire and explore.